Hello everyone, Wiccan Modeler 3D back to another video, and today we're going to be showing you on how to import a Halo 2 level into, or how to import a Halo 2 level using Blender. So for those who have not watched my previous Halo 1 tutorials, I pretty much made the Halo 1 tutorials to cover the basics and everything else. Pretty much same applies here, so I recommend watching part of those to understand the basics of Halo 1's tools, or some other video that will explain it. But this will show you the import process of how Halo 2 levels are built. So anyways, I'm not going to show a lot of modeling. I'm not going to teach you a lot of modeling things. You can just learn it as you go while I do it. Pretty much all the things I've done pretty much are very tuned to my specification. So if you want to learn more about the modeling in Blender and achieving really good results, I recommend that you watch another video on how to model things better. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just make a basic level so you guys would understand how Halo 2's import process works. So for Halo 2's import process, what you're going to do is you're going to start out with a plane. I know a lot of people say, well, you could just do a cube. Well, you could do that, but for me, I'm going to do a plane. So we're going to put 5 subdivisions. We're going to put the size to 9,000 meters. And then we're going to go ahead and put a scale model. So Halo Tools, and then Halo 2, generate scale model. Yeah, so you're also gonna need this the add-on for this for Blender. You're gonna need that. I'll link that in description, and you also are gonna need this. You can do it manually. Some of the tools, some of the things manually in the CMD, but it's not very ideal. So I recommend getting a Soyos as well, which I will link in the description as well. And if you want to use the pre-existing shaders that are already in the tags that you need reference to for your Blender scene, you can go ahead and download the corresponding map that has that texture and put it into your level. So pretty simple process. And you're also going to need Reclaimer to get pull those bitmaps so you can put it into your Blender scene. So in this case, I already have the materials, so it's no sweating for me. So I already done that. So I could put in a material, so I can assign it. So, I mean, I'm kind of going a step above here, obviously. But don't worry about the texture part, but we'll worry about that later. So we're going to go E and extrude it down, and then we can go to object mode, control 1, and then we can move this down like that. And then we can move like this a little bit down like that if we really wanted to. Well, I mean, we don't want to make it too steep. And then go from there, and then we can sharpen these edges by doing Alt left click, pretty much like that. And then Shift E like that to like get a good idea of how that works. Or you could step it up to subdivision levels. So the shortcut I did was a subdivision modifier thing, so you could just do 2 levels if you want. So you can see that, and you could turn off optimal geometry to see the geometry that goes into here. So now what we can do is we can start extruding these edges up, E, Z, and then F. And then we're going to click these faces, or edges here. So we're going to do the corners and the bottom floor of this if we wanted to. Yep. So we're going to do Shift E, 1. There we go. And then we could just pretty much do this if we really wanted to. Shift E. We can kind of drag it a little bit to make it a little bit sharper, but not too sharp. Like that. And then we're going to add another material. So we're going to add cliff. We're going to add another cliff here. So this will be a, you can hit the plus button and then new for you, but for me it's going to be different. So got the cliffs here. So we're going to go ahead and add the cliffs here, and then there we go. And then now we're going to add the sky material. There we go. We can move this up like that. And then we can assign the sky here. And we have all the materials applied. So now we're going to go ahead and correct unwrap these. So we're going to do U, Q projection. Or you can do something, you can manually unwrap it if you like. So you can do it from there. Well, ideally you want to just apply the subdivision modifier, but for me, yeah, you can kind of see my previous one rehearsing. I've done that before, but I could show you by simply doing Shift D and then Y and then F2 for the outliner name. We're going to call this for the name of our mesh, we're going to call this backup level, and then we're going to hide it, or tap H in the 3D viewport, and then F2 again, level. And then we're going to go ahead and apply this. And I'm going to select, I already selected my cliff here. So we're going to go ahead and select these edges here, right click, mark seam, and then L, material, or UVs, or well, typically materials, so that way it's correct there. So we're going to do U, unwrap. I think I already done that, didn't I? Subdivision modifier needs to be, oh yeah, it tends to do that because I had that on. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and go to view, area, vertical split, like that, and then UV editor. And then you can hit this button for the island, so you're not, accidentally hitting or, moving around vertexes and stuff. You can do that there, or you can do cube projection, and then you can scale this from the top to bottom, like that. There you go. And you can see that it has a really nice result. And I forgot to mention, you can turn on texture for here, and then you can turn on backface culling, so you can actually see inside the cube. And you also want to make sure that these are all pointed inside, where the player is going to be. And if it's outside, then it's going to be black in Sapien. You want to make sure all of the level stuff is there. And if you want to check to see, you can do face orientation. As long as you see blue inside of there, the player should see. So just a quick FYI. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of or turn off that. And then we're going to get rid of these faces on the skybox because we don't really need all that geometry anyway. So we can just select the faces here and then select all these here and then the top as well. And then X, limited dissolve. And it should get rid of all those. And then your level should be ready to compile. So we're going to go to, oh, you can see here. Yeah. We're going to join these areas. File, export, .as, Halo 2 editing kit. I have it bookmarked. You should always have it bookmarked because it's a pain in the ass having to go through there every time. So go to data. And you're going to go to scenarios, and for me, I've already set up a custom file. You could put a custom file so that way you don't put it with the stock ones, so you could put like custom or test level, whatever it is. And then the folder of your level, which we're going to put in here. So we're going to do h2_test_level, and we're going to put structure in that folder, and then inside that folder we're going to call it the exact same as we called that folder. Make sure hidden geometry is unticked, as well as edge split is unticked, and everything should be fine. So we're going to export .as, and you can see it automatically applied a triangulation modifier. Make sure these two other objects are hidden, so that way it doesn't export into Halo 2. And now we're going to go ahead and export it into Halo 2. So scenarios, custom, well for me, custom, H2 test level, structure, H2 test level, open, and then let it import. And as long as it says with the shaders, it says warning, shader test grass wasn't in a collection, all that stuff. So that means that it detected that shader and it used it, but it wasn't in a collection. So it's pretty stupid. I mean, it's not stupid. Well, for me, it's stupid. or stupid in this case, because we don't really need a collection. That was just another way of Bungie organizing their shaders and stuff. You don't really need to put your stuff in a collection as long as you put it in that file system. Oh, I forgot to show you. With the shaders, if you're going to import that, you want to put that in the tags of the scenario shaders file path, because that's the default place where Tool looks at for the stuff. So you can go custom, and then these are all the shaders that you like made in the tags in Gorilla, and that's how you make them. Another thing too is, since I didn't show you the process, I could show you how the textures were done. So basically, I literally just did made a new tag. I did a new tag, and then I did shader, just regular shader, and then I opened it, and pretty much this is what it looks like. So by default, when you open a new one, it won't look like this. It will be just almost nothing except for template. So you would click this like square right here, and then you would pick like the one I picked, which is texture bump detail _blend. Then that's good enough. We don't need that. And then you would right click the collision material, like basically for when you're shooting at a rock or whatever, it will sound like a rock, that sort of thing. It sounds like you're walking on a rock, that sort of thing. All those globals are connected to that. So that's where you assign that for the appropriate material that you made in the game. So anyway, all these should be default, and if you come down to base map, this is where you select the bitmap that's already in the tags. So I basically had you do the reclaimer thing so you could put it in Blender, because Blender can't read bitmap tags, because this is not really a universal system. This is pretty much what Bungie made. So pretty much that's why you had to get the TIFF file out of that map file through reclaimer. So this is where you would find it, and then as long as you found the correct one, you would double click on it and then show bitmaps, and it should be the correct one, similar to how it is in Blender, that you see fit. So pretty much through here it should look like this, pretty much, that you pulled from the map file through reclaimer. So anyway, I hope that clarified. So basically same thing with the grass texture. You can see the same thing. That's how they're essentially made. You put that in there, you save it, and you want to save it where I just told you about the shader destination. So it would look for in tags, scenarios, shaders, and all the rest of these. So if it looks inside of here in any of these files, Tool will find it. So, or you can just set up a collection thing, which I'm not going to get into, but there it is. That's the default file thing I was talking about. So that's where it would find it. And if it doesn't find it in there, it won't find it, even though it's in the tags directory somewhere else. So you want to make sure these are all set correctly. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out of here and compile this into the game, which I've already did. So it's successful doing that. So now we're going to open it in Sapien. So we're going to go to scenarios. So tags, scenarios, custom, and then we can do test level and then dot scenario open, and it'll take some time, but for me it's quicker because I already opened it. So you can see it was successful. If you want to make these a little bit better, you can through Blender. Sometimes they're not very great. You can do it that way. So I can click on here for the grass, the corresponding texture, scale this in the UV editor like that, and I can do the same thing out of bounds here and do it there. And I can export the AS file again, .as, and then I can import it into the game. So import, and it will say the same thing. It already knows that it's in the games or whatever, so it will do that, and it will automatically update through Sapien. And there you go. So there's your level in Halo 2. So now you can add a hill, and this is kind of bonus if you want. You can add a hill if you want. So we can like select this area here and then right click, subdivide, and then here we can do, we can go over here, hold middle mouse button to move this portion here, and then you can hit this, this button right here with this little hill, and then GZ, and then make sure you scroll the mouse wheel back all the way, so that way it'll correctly, so that way you can get it, the radius bigger. So yeah, we could do something like that. And then we can import into the game and see what it looks like. So we can do the same thing, import, and then do the same thing in Soyos, and you'll see it in real time. So once it comes in the game, there you go. So there's your hills. So once you got basically the basics of the map down, you can just do a quick light map. So for me, I do draft low, use tool fast, and depending on your CPU, your instance count's going to vary. Really, it's not going to take that long. It takes like a minute for it to do the light maps, like low-level light maps. So we're going to hit that, and it'll be in when you have it on your .as file, and it'll have all these CLIs going on. So basically, it's calculating all the light maps that you see here. That's going on. It's only going to take about a minute, so it's really not going to take that long. So you'll see it reflect once it updates in Blender. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and put our spawn points down. So player starting points. And when we have that folder selected, we're going to right click in the game here. And then we can hit this little arrow and click and drag, move these over like this. And we can pretty much position these however we want, like that. And oh, and I think it updated. Yeah, so it's trying to because when it's doing that, it's trying to get all the light maps done there. So I think we're almost done with the light maps. Yeah, so if it still says running 20 instances, still let it run, so that way it will correctly get it where it needs to be done. So should be getting close now. All right, so we're getting closer now. I'm trying to not take too long because really it's just a lot of modeling work that you pretty much do to make it work, and you know, Halo legal if you say for say. And there we go. So we got our little shadow that we got through here. So yep, so we got this player starting points. Oh yeah, I didn't save it because yeah, so we're gonna have to do these again, unfortunately. So we're gonna do these here and then rotate them like that. Gonna do the same thing here, and then we're gonna do the same thing there, and then we can what is it, yeah, and then we can make sure this is set to multiplayer in the mission folder, and then we can drop like weapons on the ground if we really want to. So type 0, this will be set to Slayer. So net game equipment. Oh, I think the weapons are a little bit different. I think the item collections are still a thing in Halo 2. I could be wrong. If not, I think these are like weapons you can just easily place down. So objects, weapons. Yeah, we could just do like a rocket launcher or something. Yeah, or whatever it is. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, probably item collections or net game equipment is no longer a thing, I don't think. So I could just get rid of that. And then I think these are in the map folder, if not map folder, the objects folder. So yeah, this is where you place down weapons and stuff, multiplayer and stuff. So you can add like weapons. I think this is like for single player, but this will work, I think. So you can like add the tag here and then add like this if you want, and then done, and then you can like place these the battle rifles in different places like that, and then you can change it to the GPMG gun, all that stuff you can do. So I think we should be good to go on this. So you can also do player simulation if you want, instead of having to do it through tag test. So you don't have to do it through tag test if you don't want to. But we can find these weapons on the ground, in which we have successfully done that. We can hit home and then the arrow keys up and down, and then hit enter to get where we want them to be. And I can't pick these up for some reason. Why can I not do that? Probably we can pick up the battle rifle. Nope. That's weird. Okay, so we may have to do drop and then human weapons, battle rifle. Yeah, there we go. I might have to figure out how that works in the advanced tutorial section, but anyways, it's been a while since I used Halo 2's tools, so anyways, that is pretty much how you make a level that way in Halo 2. I will come out with an advanced one on how to do various, small things that aren't so documented. I can try to document those as much as I can. But I hope this showed you how to import stuff into Halo 2 and testing your map. I'm going to go ahead and leave this video here and do a new one in the next video and showing you the advanced tricks that I do to making good maps and whatnot, and how to use Sapien and Gorilla and making the tags and stuff. So I'll do that in the next video. So without further ado, guys, if you like this video, give this a thumbs up, and I would deeply appreciate it if this helped you out. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments section down below, and I will look out for those comments. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you in the next time. Take care, everyone. Wicked Modeler 3D out.